In this session, we are going to be creating a clustered bar chart. Now you can see from our previous session, we have a simple bar chart. But this time around, we want to create a cluster bar chart, so we select New Sheet. Now on this, we can rename our sheet and call it Cluster Bar. Now, what do we mean by cluster bar chart? What it means is that we have a grouping. If we look at a single variable like major and we create a bar chart with it, go to measure, have it as count, you can see our bar chart is a simple bar chart because it all talks about major as a single variable. But we can decide to introduce another variable. For instance, study mode. Say, okay, major, is it part-time or full-time? So we drag this and drop here. Now, if you look at this, we have multiple bar charts. For instance, art, we have the full-time and the part-time. Biology, we have the full-time and the part-time, and continuous. So just like in the previous lesson, we can as well hold on our control key, select the count and drop it on the label, and then we have the labels. But even beyond that, to beautify our chart, one thing we can do is to differentiate them with color. For instance, I can decide to say full-time will have a different color from part-time, right? So that apart from the fact that they are grouped in physical boxes like this, we're going to use color code to differentiate them. If I hide this show, you can see there is no key. But to do that, we just drag on the study mode and drop on color here. So once we drop it, you can see. So look at our chart, very beautiful and simple. You can now see that when we hide the visual panel here, we're going to see the key or the legend which says that the bluish color here is full-time and then the part-time is the one with orange. This is a clustered bar chart. Of course, we are representing frequencies just like in the simple bar chart, but we also have categorization of those frequencies, and that's why we call it a clustered bar chart. Instead of the study mode to be the color, we can decide to say the major should be the color. So we are going to have variety of majors, but the same study mode. So drag major and drop on colors. You can see, so we have each color for a particular major, both part-time and full-time, right? But to achieve this effectively, we have to swap the order, right? So study mode comes first, and then we have the major. So now you can now see that using this color code, if I look at arts now, I'll see that arts is higher. They have more full-time students than part-time students, right? Clearly you can see, and it's the same thing for most of the charts, right? But if you look at it, one skill that we need to apply and that we need to know is that it's better for the color coding to be on the variable with fewer categorization, right? So that you have less colors to think about. And that's why it's better for us to have the study mode as the color, and then the order, we swap it so that we can have them like this. So this is a better and more appropriate way of presenting this visual. Thank you. In the next visual, we're going to look at what we call a stack bar chart.